Hello. So I ran out of memory card thing and at the end of last video, so I figured let's go outside. Let's have some color. You see what's happening? It's actually colorful out here. Oh, come on now. It's like a heckler over there. Anyway, I've been watching the previous video and certain things stood out. But oh man, look at the energy here. Right now I'm curious, like, is that gonna ruin the camera sensor on my phone? Can you take a video like this with a sun shining straight into the lens? Is that normal? Is that okay? Anyway, so here we are. Things that stood out is, I mean, now in real time, look how colorful it is out here compared to the black and whiteness inside. It's a different planet. Why am I going so dark? I'm all backlit. Anyway, things that stood out, things that really stood out from the previous video. So when I said I need something to loop the energy around, you see, that's something that's very common to many particles like electrons. They need to loop around something, otherwise they're not stable. Ooh, you see what I did there? Boys and girls, they need to loop around each other. Unless they're like monks or something, and they sort of learn to loop more around their own energy. But even then, they still loop around other things because they take the bodhisattva vows to help others, not just go up themselves. But anyway, if we have this like a profession, a hobby, a something to loop our energy around, then this will make perfect sense. It balances us out, you know. Another thing that stood out is, let's see. Ooh, yeah, the network of stupid. The network of stupid. That is just fantastic as a concept, because I've been following this for quite some time, and every video I make, every conversation I have, it's like new ways of expressing this show up. It's like Kung Fu. So, network of stupid. If you follow things like how people connect, like I said, at a match, at a alcohol-infused sporting event, that's like a cluster of stupid happening there. Noise and rudeness and usually violence of some kind, at least verbal. And then you have the opposing, or like the complementary thing, which is the network of light, the network of smart and awesome. You have like the yoga gatherings or the comedy shows where there's no alcohol, hopefully, and meditation retreats and songs and dances and stuff like that. You're like, oh, beautiful, fresh, natural. If you like the network of stupid, also known as Babylon, if you think about it like in Rasta terms, the Babylon, the cigarettes and the alcohol and all that. So, well, what's that like? It's basically you have the same hardware, the same human hardware, spine and breath and kundalini flows and energy and prana and chi. And if you plug hardware like that into the network of stupid, they will be taught to drink alcohol, to take in noise, make and take noise from TV and blah blah, and cigarettes and whatever, stimulants, coffee, and it will put the divine hardware into a state of just general disarray, just complete chaos and spewing out noisy signals and all that. And now listen to what's out here. See, this is like silence and harmony and some birds singing here and there. I don't know if they're hearable on the camera, but it's, you see what I'm saying? It's there. It makes the it makes the stuff happen. What else stood out? Things like, I want things that make me want to sing, right? This applies for jobs, applies for people, applies for girls, applies for everything. I want to be singing, I want to be like understood and seen and heard in such a way, and responded to in such a way that makes me give out more energy to the same thing, the same configuration, and so we can loop around each other, we can loop energy with each other, you know. I think this is something that's intrinsic to reality itself. I think everything wants to give and receive energy from something that they perceive as worthwhile, as beautiful, as harmonious, as sounding and looking and feeling right and proper and healthy. So this is, again, like, if this has to do with the law of attraction. If you're looking to manifest something, like I am, like we are, and it's not quite flowing quite right, it means you haven't found the right trajectory yet. You're not on the path of least resistance. You're trying to go maybe too straight, where a curved trajectory would be optimal. And nature will not reward you if you're not learning the tricks right? So if there's a wall here, all you have to do is go like this, but you have to make the curvature thing. You have to notice that it's there and make the curvature. If you don't, if you go keep banging your head against the same thing, not noticing that it's not the path of least resistance, nature won't yield this stuff, or it will take a year when it could have taken a week or a day. And I think all beings do this, be it fish, birds, whatever it is. I think that the teacher plants, for instance, are looking to teach and show us this in more detail, so that we don't have to do a lot of head smashing against walls. We just observe, like, oh look, there's a thing above, there's a thing under it, we can transmute the energy, we can jump, we can fly. What am I saying here? This energy outside is so different. I'm looking forward to making more videos just like this outside, right here by this vlogging tree. So it was the network of stupid, it was the wrapping energy around. Okay. So what I'm saying is, observe this. What nature is doing is finding more and more ways to basically make things more sacred, make beings and clusters of energy that hold more energy than the previous generations, right? So if you think of a dead planet, for instance, when the Earth was formed, it's one thing, but if you see how it evolved, it started to cluster energy around biological organisms, around and inside biological organisms, which can hold a lot more electric charge. They can hold it, they can discharge it, they can charge it up, and so on and so forth. So there's this game going on the planet, which is a lot like the neurological game in our skulls, in our heads, where the neurons fire signals at each other in certain ways, which are both electrical and chemical, and there's magnetism going on. I don't know how much modern science has studied this, the effect of two neurons that sort of synchronize at first magnetically before they link up physically and make a synapse, and so on and so forth. So we have the same thing going on a planetary scale, right? And the point is that the voltage of the involved neurons, which is us, goes higher and higher. So what nature is doing is finding more and more ways to pack more and more energy and information into small, or like clusters of biology, you know. This means both in terms of complexity, data, like how beautiful a bird's song is right now, as opposed to a million things ago, years ago, or 100 million years ago. There's always an evolution there. There's like working with sound, information, chemistry. What can you do given these molecules in this food chain, in this planet, this chemistry? What it's like chemistry is the Lego pieces that we have to build with, and then what we build in terms of biology, of DNA, that's up for grabs. That's like whatever. You can sing, you can be a telepath, you can be a murderous, rampaging tyrant, dictator. It's fine. It's like anything goes, really. But you have to keep in mind that nature will support certain things more than others. So all the singing birds, all the small things, the colibri birds, all the bunnies, all the worms, everything. Like if any being finds a niche, like something that nature needs done, and it starts doing it and doing it right, it will get the energy to keep on doing it. It doesn't matter if it's a virus, it doesn't matter if it's a singing bird of some kind, it doesn't matter about anything. It's just if it's relevant to nature at large, it will be supported. So one game that happens here is the more aware you are, the more relevant you can make yourself. Okay, so I make these videos because I notice two things happening. One is internal in myself, like I need to express myself, and I like to I like the sound of my own voice. Did you hear that? Anyway, so that's one thing, it's internal. And the other one is external. I see Babylon outside. Okay, I see chaos. I see beings that have a lot of potential, but they don't know how to put together the potential in their heads, in their spine. Like they don't know how to switch from blah, 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 ADHD, anxiety, whatever, to you see? So what I'm expressing here is a new language. Some of it verbal, some of it not. A new kind of movement, a new kind of breath. And it's not new, it's the old ways that a bird would be using and that a dog or a wolf is using, that humans have kind of disconnected from in order to make their technological advances. And now, I'm not saying technological advances are bad by any means, but I'm saying now it's time to reconnect the old with the new, the technological with the natural, the piece of metal with the piece of biology, the so it's time to reclaim our breath, our movement, our songs, our howling, our dancing in the forest. Like everything that we know how to do to get out of our heads and the things happening like this, to get back into our bodies. Get back to using these things properly, to their full potential. These amazing, excellent, exquisite conductors of energy from above, which is far more than just electricity. It's data, information, intuition, affection. It's all there. I was listening to an interview with Peter Tosh some time ago, months ago, but something stood out. If you know Peter Tosh, he's like a really nice reggae singer who's like friends with Bob Marley. And he was saying in this interview that there's something looking to come out that's not English, it's not speech. And he was speaking about this. He didn't verbalize it like all the way through. Maybe he didn't know himself how to put it into words that well, which is fine. But he said something which I got really, really intensely because I feel the same thing. Like there's something from here looking to come out. And he was doing this in music, which is a very bird thing to do. It's a very sacred bird-like thing to do. Music, dancing, and spreading colors and good vibes. Spreading wisdom, basically. Divine knowledge. And he was saying this in an interview, like there's something, I don't want to, he was giving an interview and talking and saying, I don't want to talk about this so much because there's, like there's something looking to come out and it's not words. And I think he was meaning this fresh technology that the birds still have, that humans have basically put aside for a while. This, it's saying something. It's saying, I'm alive. I'm truly alive today, here, now. And I think this new technology, it can say it a bit better. Most of the time it's better than the human words, than the blah blah. Now to bring it all back together and wrap it up, I'm going to say that the blah blah is a language. The blah blah is the language of Babylon. It's a language to get lost in. It's a labyrinth language. trapping language. It's like blah 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 blah, math, history, yeah, tell me this, tell me that. You can speak Babylon and be unhappy, you know. You can be out of it, you know. But the fresh language, the dragon language, the new language, that is the truth. That is closer to the truth, at least. It's much, much closer. If you do that, you're alive. If you do it, you can't do it while you're super tired, so it will force you to go rest because you will hear it from the first howl, the first thing, you will hear it. I'm not rested, it doesn't sound right. You should go rest. Fine. It's the great equalizer. If you smoke, if you drink alcohol, if you do anything weird with your body, it won't come out right. The sound will be warped and twisted. So, I'm just here spreading the good news, spreading the good word, that these things are coming back. That the energy, skills and arts are coming back. After thousands of years of using technology in weird, abusive and self-destructive ways, the shine and the glow of the old ways is coming back. Okay, this has been the magic for today, and thank you for watching. Make your own magic, share your own videos, share your own perceptions, share a video and reply, link me, put it in the comments, but just express yourself with courage and boldness, and trust that if you wish to express, there's somebody outside that wishes to hear it and see it. Thank you for watching, and jobless.